Yolan True, and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. Before we start with all the new stuff from the new arc tomorrow morning, I quickly want to use the occasion before I was able to film all the new stuff, because when I'm filming this, it doesn't exist yet, to go back to a place we talked about more than a year ago or something, but there are still a lot of questions coming up, and that is deep space. Deep space, or dark space, is the space you can access after going to Ops 38. It's in the faction spaces and in the independent space, and that's the so-called G4 plus areas. And it's like the level 39, 40 systems that you find here, for example, with the Romulans, and a lot of independent systems here that suddenly open up for you that you're not able to go earlier. And this all starts once you go to Ops 38. And all those systems are under the fog of war. That's something you don't have before. This is always when on the top right of the sign you see there's an eye with a little kind of satin ring around it. And the view system button is grayed out. And those are the systems you cannot look into unless your base is there, or you send a ship there, or use the NX-01. But that's something I'm generally using when I'm looking for some mission hostiles and stuff like that, to check out which ones are there. But in general, you need to fly there to look into the system. But you can only fly there in systems like this after you completed the mission dark space. And there we are at the point where I always said, try to get your main missions always up to date. The main missions are the ones you are completing right here on the top of the screen. Since they changed the sorting, it's made a bit easier because they already call it main story missions. You see below that there's the Federation. And those main story missions will still have the golden frame. Those are the important missions to really go through the ops levels. If they say build a certain building or whatever, which I have at the moment, like the recruitment hall or the combat training is easy, but upgrade the operations. If these are there, you can take a break on those, because I said in a lot of videos, take a break on that ops level and gather stuff before you go further. Make sure your ships are strong enough. Make sure your research is up to date. Then you just park there, that's fine. But if it says something else, then build a building here. Just the normal missions, go to that space, hunt those hostiles, whatever. Those are the ones you really should do. Always until the point where it says upgrade a building. If it says upgrade a building, as I said, you can park, but whenever it says something different, do them. Because especially for those who have not reached Ops level 38 now, you will have to do a lot of missions before you can do the dark space mission to reach deep space. And that starts, Scopely has published a list on that one. It starts with buying silence, goes to distant memories, folding, decipher, war zones, syndicated science, perpetual motion, one of us, homeworld, city middle, ancestral answer, invaluable asset, power up, and the primeval. This is the chain you have to have done before you get the dark space mission on Ops 38. So to avoid having to do a million missions, then once you get there and you think, oh, I want to go into that space, but I haven't done my missions. Do your missions on your tour through the ops levels. The Federation stuff, it's all yours. But the main missions should always be on track with your ops level. So you will avoid having to do too many missions at some point, like the important step of going into dark space. And that was the reason, because we had a lot of discussions, the invaluable asset thing. We had the data pad issue recently. And so you want to avoid that when you want to go to a certain point, that you have to do a lot of stuff first that you didn't do earlier. And I heard that from a lot of people, that they suddenly had to do tons of things before they could go into deep space, although they already have reached that ops level. And that's why I decided to make a quick video on this one to remind everyone, do your main missions unless it's built a building, because you shouldn't always upgrade your ops just because the missions are saying so, because there are times when you should stay on an ops level. But all other main missions, do them. And so that was the main point of this video, and I hope that I can help people spare some trouble when they finally reach that point. There's still a lot of people starting playing this game, and so for them it will, in the not too distant future, come exactly to that point. If you want to add something about reaching deep space, please write in the comments below the video on Discord. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.